And 3 is the mind. So the intent. So if I just come to answer Mike's question about the palm strike, and I think it's really important that when you could see Mike's palm strike and he was delivering it, that it was kind of coming on, edge on here with the hand. It's not as if we're kind of hitting, slapping here. What we actually want to be doing is when we're striking with the palm is coming through this heel here. And that will give me quite a bit of oomph. It will give me a bit of oomph to just power out and just get that little twist. And it's not so much that you're shaking the hand or waving it. So that twist is driving this bit into the target. The next thing is then the footwork, because the footwork is really, really essential to, because, you know, there's my target, I've got my distance, whoa, 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 chill out, dude. If I just go for, I'm not going to reach it, so I still need this little push off the back foot to cover that ground. And I'm driving this is the key part of the hand that's actually palm striking. Not so much that, because even when you do a pound and wave, your hand wants to be cupped. So slightly cupped, push from the back foot and driving it through and out into the target. So if you now look at that, and I'll bring that camera in a little bit closer, as I showed you on the picture the other day, it's not as if I'm here going slap, I'm in with this bony part here. And as Johnny then said earlier, it's the same with them, with the reverse palm or the crane's head. It's this movement here. But again, if you watch, I'm not just going like that, I'm pushing into the technique with the strike. And what I want to be doing is, I don't want to be so much like seesawing into the technique here. I want it to remain upright. So I'm not leaning in to reach. I push off from the back foot and I'm striking. And that then leads you into ideas with knife edges and things. I'm going to pop that on the other side. I've just done a lot of right-handed techniques there. We'll tuck you behind Bob for a moment. So from the left, with the left hand at the front again, it's there. It's almost a knife edge. And you know, again, where does one become the next one? You know, I'm coming in with that knife edge there, but again, I could turn it through into the palm. Now that connected more with the heel there, the fingertips back than just on this edge. And you know, I don't think they're going to complain. I don't think somebody receiving that is going to go, oh, your hand wasn't here as a knife edge. So you've got a nice little sequence there that you can then work with. So we can come from a palm strike, and then if we return to here, back a little bit, knife edge, and then we return, reverse palm. And then I can bring this in from the other side now. Knife edge, palm strike, reverse palm, change stance. Knife edge, palm strike, reverse palm. Backhand, knife edge, palm strike, reverse palm, change stance.
Can I ask, sorry then, like, I understand, yeah, pushing, you know, your body weight as well as a bit of a movement, but when you're doing stuff quickly, shifting all your gravity back and forward is a nightmare, and it's a load of energy and stuff. So you can only really get one initial hit in shifting your weight, and then the rest, if you're doing a few quick ones, seems to be just in the arm.
Not necessarily, because the other thing is, with this whole thing is about your footwork. So it's not just the fact that, I'll show you this on the bag now. So when I come in, I'll hit the bag with a knife edge, okay? So when I move now, and I've got a slightly different target, and it will change depending on how. So I can just reach the bag, and I'm right on the edge of that frame, okay? So I'm coming into the middle here, and I move, strike. So now when I move again, this is where I send the next and the next in.
Oh, yeah.
So I go 1, 2, 3. Yes, you can work in a straight line. You can go bang, bang, bang. But what you'll see there, let me see if I can show you this. So as I now move into strike here, so you can't see the hand, strike, strike, strike. So even then the foot is still pushing me through. And when I do this, it's not as if I'm coming in here like with a Superman punch or whatever it is that I'm trying to do. I just want a short push forward, strike. Now I've got that ground, the next move in. Now I've switched hands there, but you know, you can lead in. 1, palm, reverse. Let's see if I can get that angle a little bit better so you can see the hands and the feet. So from here now, knife edge, palm strike, reverse. And you can see that I'm still driving it with the feet. Yes, the arm is being used there, but as I said, it's the limb that you're striking with combined with the feet. So even when I'm kicking, if I'm kicking with my right leg, it's also about what the left leg does to allow that kick. And then the last one is in the mind. And then think about how you're moving around this target. Don't forget good old blanket, because that's going to be your replacement punch bag if you haven't got a punch bag. I'm going to get that ready for you guys. It's all well and good me saying that we can do that and not using the similar thing myself. Okay, so that's set up now. So again, now when I'm moving here, what I really want to be able to do is facilitate this idea of moving around the bag. I don't want to be coming straight at, you know, this here. So you know, this is a good example because the blanket is kind of, it makes me have to move because there's so little resistance in it. So when I strike, I'm just changing where I'm going from, just bringing that down for a little bit. So when I strike here with my knife edge, now I'm moving and switching around it. And this is where you want to be practicing the footwork. So I'm coming out, the palm strike lands, I've moved into my reverse. So I've moved off the center line before I send in the next technique, because I don't want to be stood toe to toe, boxing away here with you, with any of you, because that's going to hurt. I want to be able to move, strike. You're going to be recalibrating, move and strike. So that it's very, very difficult to get that target. And this is where movement is so important, because I need to be able to reappear with whatever it is that I'm throwing out to strike. So even there, when I've done like a series of reverse palms, I'm still moving. And that time, the back foot, if you like, was moving. So from here, as I palm stroke, first foot lands, and then I'm switching, move, move, move. Because when he throws a punch, I need to have a response that ends any further punches coming. And this is the difficult bit to drill into your head. A, that we are, if you like, we are being reactive in this instance because we're waiting for that initial strike to come. We're waiting to strike. We're waiting for the blanket to throw a punch at me. Woo, then I begin the movement. And then once I start moving, I don't finish until I've finished what I'm doing. If I'm toe to toe, trading blows, bop, 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 which is fine if you want to play that game. I don't particularly want to play it. I want to stand toe to toe with you. I want you to throw your punch at me, and then I want to change the angle. And that's easy to say when you haven't got an opponent. But you know, when you're moving around this, now I've got to really use the blanket or the lines on the floor, or whatever I've got, to get used to this idea of breaking the angle, palm strike, knife edge. See, even then I've moved. And this time, what I'm aiming to do, palm strike, knife edge, is outflank him and come behind him. I want them to be seeking me. He wants to hit me, he's got to find me. I mean, it's not quite to the degree of, I remember a Lauren Hardy sketch where Ollie, you know, the other one, the thin one, Stanley gets to the ring and he's got horseshoes in his gloves, he can't fight him, he's running around. Not quite to that level, but I want him to have to find where I am. This is going to really help you because it's got that motion to it. It makes me have to move out of the way of it. So that palm strike, knife edge, reverse palm combo is a lovely little sequence. And yes, you can practice it with the leading hand. 1, 2, 3. But again, if you notice, I'm still, each time I strike that thing, as I strike that thing and I move and I go, 1, move, 2, move. This time I'm going to come back, and using different hands will allow you to access different moves. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know, and it doesn't have to be open hand techniques. It can be different things but again, I'm still moving the feet to drive the punch. And this is where I wouldn't say people go wrong, but we get into this habit of boom, 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 boom. And there's going to come a point when that's not going to be enough. So I need to work on a little sequence, palm strike, knife edge. See the move there, even before I've delivered it. Coming back, reverse palm. Moving there and back again, moving through the angles. Coming back to the punch bag. And the punch bag is lovely because it does give you that feedback. And feedback is very, very important. And you're linking your techniques together. So think about how that knife edge comes out, palm strike comes out, and you can just see the foot moving as I'm doing it. I'm not just doing that. I go move, palm, boom. And then we can switch it up so we can look at doing lead, 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 switch, lead, lead, lead. If that makes sense. So I can start off from here, backhand 1, 2, sorry, leading hand, knife edge, palm strike, reverse palm, then switch over to the backhand, 1, 2, 3. That's now switched to the next stance. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So getting used to how different things fold and fit together. And that little practice that you've just done works great on the wall. Doesn't have to be hard, knife edge, palm strike, reverse palm. And again, you can see how I'm pushing into that. So as I read the wall, push back, push back, push back. And if you look, I'm not pulling my hand back here to strike there. Hand comes out, palm. Knife edge comes out, reverse palm comes out. Switch over, palm strike, knife edge, reverse palm, change stance. 1, 2, 3. Backhand. 1, 2, 3. Change stance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the sequence that you use these in doesn't particularly matter. It doesn't matter whether you go reverse palm, palm strike, knife edge. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the footwork drives the hands. And switching from leading hand, there's your leading hand, knife edge, to backhand. And that's a lovely little sequence. Knife, reverse, palm, backhand, knife, reverse, change. Because as you start to move, depending upon how you're moving around the circle, dictates which hand becomes the leading hand.
Great,
So,
great. I'll just stop you for 1 second. Can I take James out for a bit? I'm going to go and see his nana and grandpa because he hasn't been very well today. So.
No worries.
All right, no worries.
We'll catch you tomorrow, James. Okay, mate?
Okay.
All right. See you later, dude. I have to edit that bit out. So the footwork is essential to it. And if you watch any great fighter, you will see that it's their footwork that really does drive the technique. And when I'm moving, so for instance, if I take stance now, and I'm facing the camera's my opponent, and I go, you go, chill out, Mr. Camera, the camera is going to try and outflank me. They might well come in with a punch trying to smash through here. That's where I'll just turn and shift. However, in a kind of I'm really angry and upset kind of situation, posturing, gesticulating, egging on, building up a bravado, pumping yourself up because you want to be angry. And then I just need to stay calm, centered, and as they're pacing up and down, left hand at the moment is the leading hand, and then as I'm tracking, now the right hand's become the leading hand. With the least effort possible, none of this, don't need to switch stance. All I need to do is track and move and flow. And that is your initial turn at the beginning and before. And then as we're moving, pop a knife edge at the end. Move, pop a knife edge at the end. Flow, reverse palm, palm strike, knife edge, flow. There's an elbow strike coming out to the reverse palm. And let things follow on. Elbows open up to reverse palms, lovely. Knife edge close into elbows really nicely. An elbow follows on with a shoulder charge really quite nicely. And this is one of the things that I was going to talk to you guys about yesterday, but kind of ran out of time. Which now that we're premium, you're pleased to hear that won't be an issue. But from here, I can use my body weight without actually striking to strike somebody. And it can be just a little shunt with the hip that pushes them off balance. It doesn't always have to be an arm lock. It can just be literally from here now, and all I'm doing is I've maybe slid past them here and maybe ripped with a monkey paw, bang, hip to take them off balance. Just to shift them and get used to other parts of the body striking things. So, you know, the idea is, it's an idea called charging the mountain. And that doesn't mean sending it a bill. But if the palm strike misses, so the palm strike's gone past, the elbow strikes. If the elbow misses, the shoulder strikes. So I kind of crumple down this line of technique. Palm strike, elbow, shoulder. Change. Palm strike, elbow, shoulder. And I guess it's the same interpretation what we've just done with the hand. Knife edge, palm strike, boom. Popping in a little bit of footwork with that. And then I've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bridge hand there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Try not to let your combinations always end at 3. A 1, 2, 3, you know, we can set up 3 techniques, we can hold them in our head. But once we get the flow going, let them go. Don't hold yourself back from where you're moving. And don't become static. Don't be, you know, for instance, using our favorite blanket. Don't be stuck here. Be mobile. Bang, 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 move. Feed it through. Bang, bang, switch, switch. Elbow. Again, this little guy really doesn't leave you much room for error. It doesn't bite, but it's not very forgiving either, because your power and your connection are very telling. And again, we can then look at the same idea with our kicks. How can we stack up different sequences of kicks? So can I come with a front snap kick here, boom, shift, side snap kick up here, down, rear snap kick. So, you know, I've opened up the back leg, come in with the front snap kick, 1, 2, and 3. And now what I'm feeling there with those is that I'm not moving enough. So I'm going to switch that around a little bit, put more movement into it. So I come from the back leg, I front snap kick, shift my feet, there's my side snap kick, and now coming with a rear snap kick. Again, just changing it up a little bit, thinking about where I'm moving. Front snap kick, rear snap kick, down, side snap kick, checking, switching where I am, move. 1, 2, 3. Front snap kick, down, switch, roundhouse kick, rear snap kick. Now this blanket will hold up to a crescent kick, so I'll practice these ones on the bag. I don't want to be pulling the roof tile down. Now, crescent kicks are great. Roundhouse kick is good fun, but you know, you've got to be careful with how you chamber through with that roundhouse kick. So, you know, think about also, if you're going to use a roundhouse kick, how I can control that space and move off the center line again. 1, 2, 2. Thinking about accuracy, precision, and power. Power comes with technique. Pairing kick, front snap kick, rear snap kick. settle
First kick.
kick.
What was that first kick, Angus?
It's called a purring kick. That actually landed more like a stamp kick.
I was going to say I've never heard you say that one before. What?
I have. What it does is it kicks. It's normally delivered quite low into the shin, and you turn the toe out to the side. So we've done it as a stop kick to front snap kicks. And when I'm doing it, I kick the toe out to the side. You can just see that, Andy, at the bottom of the camera as I do it.
Right.
And it kind of flicks, and it's really useful against front snap kicks. Any kick is a great little stopper to then chamber in your next kick. Thinking about how you deliver your kicks. Leading legs are always nice because leading legs are closer. They tend to be a bit quicker. But, you know, don't underestimate the power of that back leg. And again, the change between lead and leg is so subtle. You know, when I come off here, I'm coming off the back foot with the leading leg, front snap kick, boom. Now I'm going to place this foot down. Now, if I go towards the camera, now I can turn with a rear snap kick or a dragon's tail. The leading foot comes in again. When I come down this way, away from the camera, there's my side snap kick. So if you like, I'm cutting the angle on this. So kick, in, angle coming in here, guarding, protecting, turn and kick. Be very careful of turning your back to the opponent. It happens. It happens, and that's why we have things like turn and elbow strikes or reverse snap kicks. Because, you know, that turn here, I need to switch straight through to stand, but it's just going from left to right, or from left to right, actually getting it the right way around. Without too much of ado, I come in, knife edge, palm strike, reverse palm, move, front snap kick, rear snap kick, side snap kick, between the wall and the bag. Not managing the distance too well there. Change your stance. Knife edge. Palm strike. Reverse palm. Front snap kick. Side snap kick. Rear snap kick. Nice little combination. Very nice little combo. For me, I find it relatively simple. It's one of those that I'm constantly practicing, if you like. But use your footwork to help deliver your kicks. So let's say now I'm going to open up with a lead hand, knife edge, lead and leg, front snap kick, and then the weight comes in with an Don't worry, guys. Fine. Don't call an ambulance. So, you know, from here, palm strike, lead. Where's the weight going to shift now from here? Once I've opened up with this strike, where's it going? 1, 2, 3. What am I doing? Am I slipping? You know, he's coming in, he's throwing a punch. I've checked him with my leading leg, pairing kick, drop the weight in and bring an elbow in. What are we hoping to achieve with our technique? And again, to come back to the blanket, and I like the blanket because you can hang it in the middle of the room. And, you know, I had mine hung up last night from the ceiling with a drawing pin. And what it does is it really allows you to access and work around these angles with it. So when I'm now moving out here, and I'm coming in with, for instance, a knife edge, 1, which I then switch to a palm strike, 2. See how I'm moving, reverse palm, front snap kick, rear snap kick, strike. Working around the little bag or whatever, because it doesn't have to be a blanket. And as I've said, you can make these, you can put a weight in the end of this. 10 of beans tied up in the end of this will really change what's going on. Although you probably won't be able to hang it up from the ceiling. So think, move. Let's switch between palm strike, leading leg, down. Palm strike, leading leg, down. Turn. Now I used to whip and branch there in a nice tight space. Move, 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 strike, coordinate, bang. And try not to be too swingy. So, you know, it's like if that's moving, I've set it off on a movement here. I don't want to be catching it on the forearm. I mean, even though you can strike with the forearm, but, you know, bring it into a knife edge. Think about how you're moving. Switch, kick, kick. Way down it comes. But you get the idea that really work on that footwork. If you don't practice anything, practice those moves that we looked at. So use your blanket. I come out to the side, slide past, moving back around. 1, 2. And then we can start putting our strikes in it. Oh, hitting too hard again. You know, you can switch that onto any number of things. So, talking about the number of things, we're now going to look at our yin-yang form. Now, I've got a little bit more room today, so I will pop in the forward roll, he says, hopefully. Obviously, you guys, if you haven't got the room for a forward roll or the inclination to do a forward roll, then don't put one in. But, Mike.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do this to numbers, okay? We'll do I'm going to do the yin-yang form as Mike counts out the form for me. So you can see what's going on. As I'm doing it, picture in your head what I am doing, okay? What is the bit? Is it a release restraint roll using my hands, release restraint roll using my feet? Now, I know that sounds trivial, but really see whether you can identify the bits that I'm doing with what you remember from the previous session. Okay, so Mike, you're on the numbers.
1.
We always start with a bow, don't we, Mike?
I can't remember whether that was a number.
No, it's not. 1.
Right, okay. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and bound salute.
I think we lost a few numbers there somewhere, didn't we, Mike?
You can edit it later.
Yeah, I think it's 24 moves. Technically, it should be 24 moves, so it should go foul. 1 is sitting horse, 2 is the technique, bang, bang, bang. 3 is left stance, 4 is the technique, 5 is right stance, 6 is the technique, 7 is sitting horse, release to the stranglehold using feet. Left stance, I've lost count already. 6, 7, 8. What's difficult with it is bearing in mind what the attack is.
I say you should go left stance, right stance at the end, Graham.
Ah, is that what it is?
Yeah, when you've done your forward roll. So that's where you lost your couple of.
Left stance, right stance, then forward roll, then left stance, right stance again. Let's see what happens.
I thought it was left stance, right stance once you've done your forward roll, wasn't it? To get back, you get back up, and then it's left stance, right stance, isn't it? And then step back to split position and bound salute.
Okay, let's see then. Let's go. Split position. Foul.
Not me.
All of you there. Foul. Got to do a different form there. Sitting horse. 1. Release your stranglehold using the hands. 2. Left stance. 3. Defense to a punch. 4. Right stance. 5. Defense to a punch. 6. Sitting horse. 7. Release to a stranglehold using your feet. 8. Left stance. Defense to a front snap kick. 9. Right stance. 10. Defense to a front snap kick. 11. Sitting horse. 12. Release to a stranglehold using your hands and feet. Left stance. Defense to a knife attack. What's going on now? It's doing so well. Right stance. Defense to a knife attack. Straight into the forward roll. Left stance. Right stance. Step back to sprint position. Down salute. Remember, you don't have to do the forward roll, guys. That's a stand-up, sit-down for you because you've got the space restrictions. And I've got these lovely training mats as well. Once again, remember it comes in threes. Sitting horse, left stance, right stance. Repeated 3 times. The first go, release using your hands. Second go, release using your feet. Third go, hands and feet. So we're moving through this. Each sequence is ended or begun with a sitting horse. So once more, for spirit position, bow. Sitting horse. Release to a stranglehold using the hands. So this is number 2. Left stance, 3. Defense to a punch, number 4. Right stance, 5. Defense to a punch, number 6. Sitting horse, number 7. Release to a stranglehold using your feet, number 8. Left stance, 9. Defense to a kick, 10. Right stance, defense to a kick, 11. 12. Sitting horse. Release to a stranglehold using your hands and feet. 13. Left stance. 14. Defense to a knife attack. 15. Right stance. 16. Defense to a knife attack. 17. Forward roll. 18. Left stance. 19. Right stance. 20. Step back to spirit position and salute. I will revisit that in the original book of Kung Fu and see where the missing, or if there are any missing moves to it.
Well, I just did it and got 22. So.
Yeah, and I think also that the bow and the salute at the end are also counted as a move each on that particular form. So, gentlemen, well done. Bring yourselves into the space. We'll have 3 nice breaths. I hope you enjoyed the new format.
Mm-hmm.
Rising up on the tiptoes. Breathing out and down. And up. And down. And up. And down.
And bound salute Sibok.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Nice one, cheers.
See you all soon.
That's right.
Bye, guys.
Hey Graham, I was watching. You ever heard of a program called Afterlife with Ricky Gervais on Netflix?
Yes, hang on, just let me turn the recording off before you tell me anything about it.
You can edit it later.
Oh, yeah, right. Go on.
Well, no,
Very
because
good.
of the bit in it where he gets mugged and he's got this. He's gone out to the shops to get a tin of dog food, so you know he just goes whack with a tin of dog food in the mugger's face, and it's like, yeah, I could see Graham doing that.
I can see you doing that, Mike. I wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
I would be buying dog food. How do I do that?
It was just a shame. It's one of those tins that stack nice and easily. You know, that's quite rounded at the bottom. So I would have used the other end with a bit more of an edge to it.
Yes, I've often thought that about cans. Yes, have you seen all the series?
Yeah,
Have you seen-
I watched it
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So.
Not too sure about the end, to be honest with you, but quite funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And on
Like I say,
that
it was
note-
pretty much laid. Like I say, I was pretty much laid up the other couple of days really bad, so I just vegged out.
Well,
Anyway,
you got to sometimes, mate. Got to. Need to rest, you need to rest.
yeah. Right, anyway, seeing as this is still recording, I'll be off. So, see ya.
Right, right.
How do I leave?
Don't know.